Ken Scaglia, thanks so much for coming in and bringing some pictures with you, and we're going to see some more too.
Sure, you're welcome, man.
I'm fascinated by what you do, first of all, because our paths are very similar. You and I are both from Indiana.
Yes.
You and I both went to Purdue University at the same time.
Yes,
we could have crossed each other on campus, who knew?
Yeah.
And then we both came to New Haven, Connecticut.
Right.
Okay, so how'd you get to New Haven?
Through Columbus, Ohio. I worked
Which is great.
through OSU, yes. Well, I worked in Columbus for an architect. And my senior professor at Purdue kept bugging me. You have to get to Yale before all the good teachers are gone. You have to go.
Where were they going?
Go. Retiring.
Oh, okay.
And as it worked out, that's what happened. I got to Yale, I graduated, and they retired. So
how funny. And you got a degree in what at Yale?
Graphic design, master's in graphic design.
So you have a degree in graphic design. I was fascinated by your work because of the chrome that you have figured out how to paint that looks like real chrome.
Yes.
How did you, and I've looked at a lot of your work, how did you end up with cars and chrome that, you call photorealist? How did you end up there as an artist?
Yes, they fall into the category of photorealism, which comes out of the 1970s. It's a movement that's kind of centered in New York, but now is widespread. Cars have always fascinated me.
Vintage cars?
Yes.
That's another thing we share.
Oh, okay.
Love the cars with the big fins on the back.
Yes,
Love
fins
those.
and lots of chrome.
Yep.
They're more sculptural.
Yep.
Pre-1970. After 1970, they get very aerodynamic and boring to me.
I agree. Okay, that's another thing we agree on.
Yes.
I was raised in South Bend, you were raised in Lafayette,
Yes.
Indiana, for anybody keeping track of that. So the chrome, how is it that you embrace and figure out how to paint chrome?
I break it down. I look at the
Oh,
component.
sure, break it down. What does that mean?
Component parts. What I see. I take my own photographs for reference and then get a somewhat enlarged print and then look at what's there and render it, paint it.
Let's look at this engine that you painted.
Yes.
If you look at this and you get, even if you look really, really close, it still looks like chrome, but I can see white and blues. What colors make chrome?
Yes, what is the color of chrome exactly? Well, it's what you see there is the sky. And usually above the upper halves are going to be skies, and then below will be the parking lot, asphalt, or grass and dirt. So it splits pretty evenly.
To an artist it does.
Well, yes. I've seen a lot of it. I've seen a lot of it, so I know what to anticipate, what's going to happen, yes.
So when you were messing around to figure out how to paint this, did you mess around with whites? And what I would do as a non-artist is just take some silver paint and put it in there and make that chrome.
Yes, buy the tube of chrome paint and go to it. No,
but
no, it's always it's like a mirror, so it only reflects what is around it. And that's what I knew that it would end up that way. So.
Now this is Queen Bee's engine, and she's been on my show.
Yes.
Sarah Edwards, who is a racer.
Right.
And you've embraced that, and someday she'll own that. Behind you is a what year Woody station wagon?
Oh, I think it's from the 50s, maybe
50s?
mid to late 50s,
Okay.
I believe, yes.
Awesome job with the wood grain as well.
Thank you. Yes, that's the attractive part for me.
I can draw a stick figure, and that's about it. Let's take a look at some of the other photos that you sent me, and let's just take the first one that we see and describe to me how it is that you painted this. What is this model car?
This is a Cobra. It could
What
be.
do you know about the Cobras?
Cobras are very fast, and they're evidently they're very hot to drive. They literally warm up your feet because the engine is so big. This could be an original, but I believe it's probably a renovated type of the car.
Again, shiny, blue, and chrome.
Right.
How is it that is this rudimentary to all artists that they would know how to do this? I suspect not.
No, you have to have an eye for detail. I really enjoy that part of it. I look at the cars, I look for possibilities of chrome or possibilities of reflections. A nice clear blue sky is really perfect. And you can get those sharp, clear divisions of ground and sky.
Let's look at this one. What went into this painting, and how long did it take you to do it?
Oh, well, lots and lots of close looking. It was very hard to get the interior, that soft glow. It was a morning shot. I found it on a fall morning at a restaurant, not at a car show, but just a regular restaurant. And it was hard to get that glow, and a lot of soft blending of colors. And then some of the chrome on the headlamps, the mirrors, it was very detailed. Lots of tree branches. And
again, it looks like a picture.
Yeah.
Nobody would know this is a painting. And there's
Right.
one more that you sent. Let's take a look at that as well.
Yeah.
Again, this blows me away. This looks like the real thing. This
Yes.
does not look like a painting.
Right.
How long did it take you to paint that chrome?
This one sat on the easel for a month at least.
Just a month?
Yes, I would take a 2-hour attempt at one of the so-called barrels, and that's what I could handle, a 2-hour stint at doing that because of all the precise lines and reflections that appeared there. So I'd stare at it and grind away at it for 2 hours, and I'd say, I have to take a break and come back.
How do you teach somebody to do this?
Teach? Ooh, I don't know.
Because you are a teacher.
Yes,
Norwalk Community College, Weston.
Yes. I don't teach painting.
But how do you teach somebody to do that?
Careful investigation, always looking, break it down into the parts that you see. Very precise painting lines, very small brushes.
Do you have to have artistic ability, though? I can tell you
so.
right now that you probably cannot train me how to be an artist. I can write, but I
Well,
can
you have,
sit.
you have to have a feel for it. And the paintings are just not all about a nice chrome bumper I chose. You see, it's not the whole car. It's that particular part that I responded to, the brake lights, the red versus the white. So it's a balance of color, the placement on the canvas, how it reacts with the edges. It's all these art training items that I have integrated, and now it comes through in my painting.
You said you got to Yale University and you got a degree there after graduating from Purdue, and you said all the good art guys were gone. What do you mean by that? What's a good art instructor?
Well, my degree.
For somebody listening.
Okay, my degree was in design, so they're artists and designers. Someone who had a real conviction about what they were teaching, clean communication, direct communication, no frills, no decoration. That's what I really responded to. And those were the teachers that were setting the standards for graphic design. But I also learned painting and drawing from these same teachers. So they were really committed to what they were doing.
What does art do in our world?
Educates, enhances, gives people a break from their phones now. You have to look up, you have to experience it. The recently renovated Yale Art Gallery, they present their work so well, and you can enjoy it and get close to it. I think it gives people a way of seeing other things besides what is fed to you by the media. It gives them a break, gives them a chance to put their own feelings into the work rather than being told what they should feel.
How would you teach somebody to do that? To paint what you see? And do you think in this day and age that we have the kind of art we need to have as an artist?
Wow, that's a heavy question.
Give it a shot.
Sure. I think there's such a variety that everybody can find their own art. Yes, the art is more accessible. It's faster. The turnover is faster, or you can spend time with old masters. What's available to be seen on the internet allows so many more people to enjoy art, their own style of art, their own feeling about the art.
Is it a double-edged sword, though? Because you can look at the architects in this day and age. They do everything online. It's not the romantic sketching that we used to do.
Yeah, computer CAD drawings.
So has that ruined some of art or enhanced it? What do you think?
My approach has always been to have an idea first, whether it's sketched or a small painting. And if you need the computer, then you take your idea to the computer. It's a tool. I believe it should be a tool. It shouldn't dictate what myself, or especially teaching students, it shouldn't dictate what the design, what the idea is immediately. Oftentimes a student puts something up on the screen and it becomes so precious and they don't change it. And when it needs a lot of changing, they think, oh, I can't make those moves because it's on the screen, it must be good. So I teach that you develop it through sketches and take that and recreate it on the computer. And then it's a very good tool.
Somebody will say to their folks, I'm going to be an artist. And they say, why are you going to do that? You're going to make no money. To which you would say?
Well, luck of the draw, good backing, a patron. You would you have to be suited to the life, but it's often paired with teaching or another job. You do it, you don't do it full time. That's my experience, but it can be done.
Has this been fulfilling to you? Now,
yeah.
You and I are at the same age because we know we were at Purdue at the same time,
Right,
and
yes.
then we came to New Haven around the same time. What do you say to a budding artist? I mean, what kind of a life is this, and is it fulfilling? I mean, how do you pontificate?
It's a
at
journey.
Your advanced age.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I didn't
I'm the
put
same
my
age.
yeah, I didn't put my toner in there for the beard. I would say it's a journey. I heard a quote recently. It's coming from a movie. It shouldn't be considered the pursuit of happiness. It's the happiness of the pursuit. The joy of the journey. So do it for yourself. I paint for myself. I paint what I like. If there's a broader crowd, then great. And there has been a broader crowd for me. But I do it mainly for me.
Best thing somebody said to you about your art?
Huh.
Can you remember the time when you thought, I really have talent?
Oh.
Somebody said, do you remember that?
It's been a while. I don't know. They used to say, well, it looks like a photo. And I'm like, well, yes, I can do that. But I'd rather have you appreciate it for the placement, the composition. And I think the people who mentioned that said, oh, I see what you did here. I see how you placed it. I see what you edited and took out and left in. And I was really appreciative of those people. I said, yes, you see what I'm trying to do.
What's to come in your world of art? What are you working on? What are you going to do? What do you hope to do? What do you hope to give back?
I've been in shows. I have a show coming up in Charleston. I'm part of a group show in Charleston in November. I am scheduled for a show in Fairfield at the library next summer. Pursuing shows, broadening that appeal, trying to get into galleries always.
Anybody famous have one of your paintings that you know of?
No.
Okay, so you're working on that.
Yes, yes.
If Meryl Streep comes to you and says, I need that
Yes.
station wagon.
Well, that would be fine with me. I do have people who, I just finished number 5 and number 6 for a collector in Weston. So he's been a great boon to me. Others are just individuals. Oftentimes they're bought at a show. I don't know who bought them. But one went to Singapore. There's one in Mexico, out west, Santa Fe.
After the cars, what's your favorite thing to paint?
Landscapes. People, I have to work on that. Figures. But I consider these sometimes my automotive still lifes. If you're familiar with still lifes, you know, the flowers and the vase. These are my still lifes.
Well, they're awesome. And I thank you so much for coming in and trying to tell us how to paint chrome.
Well.
But it's a God-given talent. And Ken Scaglia, thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.